Online this weekend that are at great sale prices. Not only that, but we also have 5 easy payments on every item on Aaron Online. And if you got old knives in your kitchen or they're in a drawer where knives go to die, get them out of there, because probably what's wrong with them is they've become dull. Now, Chef Rick Roman is here with a knife he used, I know, 30 years ago when you were
30 years ago, David. Look at this knife. Sharp as the day. It was new because we just hit a brand new edge on it in seconds with Chefologist.
And you can know with a shade tomato or with a shade vegetable like or fruit like tomatoes.
That's right.
If you don't have a sharp knife, they turn to mush, right?
Correct.
They get squished because the knife doesn't cut through that tough outer skin. Good Lord knew what he was doing when he made a shade fruit and vegetable. So all this works out really nicely. Now, you're going to show us how some people sharpen their knives.
Yeah, think about this. This is a steel that comes with people's knife sets, right? But with a steel, you have to use one hand. You have to actually pull the knife toward your hand. It's dangerous. And by the way, if you don't get it just right, you dull the knife. So this is what I love to start off by showing. Most people, they pull a knife out of their drawer, David, and what do? They go to cut in the kitchen, and the knife is dull. Now, I'm trying to cut this sponge. You can see how I'm using pressure. This is what makes a knife dangerous, because you can slip. So this knife is useless right now, but we're going to come over here. 3 stages of sharpening. Tungsten carbide, the first stage. That is literally going to...
This is a coated knife,
This
right?
is a coated knife, but it's a steel blade that has a coating. Now you can hear and feel it's shaving the metal. That's re-edging the knife. So at about 6 or 8 passes, now I'm going to go to the second stage. Diamond honing bars. They're going to start to really smooth the edge out, reestablish that sharp edge, and then after that, I go to the ceramic honing bars, and I'm just going to give it a nice little polishing. Now this knife that a moment ago, we weren't able to cut the sponge. I want you to see what happens when I go to cut the sponge. Not only can I cut the sponge, David, but I can cut a perfect slice that's not torn. So this knife, which was useless moments ago, is like brand new, sharp as the day it was new.
Now, I noticed there are 4 openings on this knife sharpener. What is the last pull through for?
Fourth sharpener is our scissor sharpener. Now, when you do the scissors, what I want you to see, first of all, suction cup design holds it secure to the countertop.
Great.
I'm going to slide it to the edge, and the reason I go to the edge of the counter, and now when I put it here, it's secure, but because scissors, if they don't come apart, you're only sharpening one side at a time. So you want to let the scissor hang down off the counter, and then because I can use both hands, I can do this safely and securely. Flip my scissor over, and then I'm going to do the other side. Now, it's very important. You only use the scissor sharpener for your scissors, because scissors only have one side that's sharp. That's why it's different than knives. But now your craft scissors, your kitchen shears, you name it. And the beauty of this is so many people have tried to sharpen knives using this style, right? So you have this kind of sharpener, but guess what? You have to hold this with one hand. It's not secure. This is dangerous and not safe. You could cut yourself.
Now, on your sharpener, can you use serrated blades?
Serrated blades. And here's the beautiful thing,
like a bread
David.
knife.
One-handed operation, whether you're lefty or righty, you lift and drag, not back and forth, but one motion in one direction. And on the top of the sharpener, guess what? There's giant arrows to tell you which direction. So now when I take my serrated blade and I cut a soft, doughy bread just like this, the serrated blade glides through. It doesn't tear the bread. Notice how you get those perfect slices every single time. That's the way a knife should be in the kitchen.
Here are those arrows you're talking about.
Yep.
So you couldn't see them on Rick's because he's got it attached to the table.
Yep.
This is, so you're going to attach this, and then you're going to pull your knife in the direction of the arrow. So in most cases, you pull it towards you.
Correct.
Right?
100%, yep.
And then you use the 3 stages to sharpen. Let me talk to you about colors, because we have lots of them available for you, and this is a holiday weekend deal. Tomorrow is President's Day.
Yes.
And so we salute all of our American presidents from every party. And here is the red. We also have the blue. Here's the gray. On the far end is the black. In the middle is the white. And then, are we calling this one green? Teal. Teal. Why don't we put the red, white, and blue together since tomorrow's President's Day?
I like that.
How about that? All right, so we'll put the red, the white, the blue.
Look at that.
There you are. So now you have all your colors, and if you choose, because Steve also was asking me, what should I get my dad for Father's Day? I said, does your dad like to cook? He said he cooks a lot. I said, then get him a Chefologist knife sharpener.
Yeah, and the key is we wanted to make it safe and easy. So this suction cup goes on any smooth, clean countertop. So you have corian, if you have granite, as long as it's smooth and clean, you press down and there's this large band in the middle. All you do is turn that. It engages the suction. So instead of putting your hand near the blade, you can now safely take your hand out of harm's way with one hand, Tungsten carbide is going to break down metal. Now, it's important, after you sharpen your knife, you always want to clean it because you're literally shaving metal. Then you use the diamond honing bars. They're smoothing out, and then ceramic polishing bars. This knife, which was one of those Groove Tech knives, look when I use this, David. When you have a sharp knife, David, all I have to do is gently rock the blade. I don't use pressure. When a knife is sharp, it goes where you think it's going to go because it's not requiring any pressure.
And it's not requiring you to put a lot of effort into it. The knife is doing the work.
That's right.
And that's why something like this is important.
Yep.
We all have knives in our kitchen that we don't use because they're dull.
Exactly.
And they go in that drawer where knives go to die. You know the drawer I'm talking about, because if you stop and think about it, where are those knives, or where are the chopping blades from your food processor? I have thrown food processor blades, or whole food processors away.
That's
because they become too dull for me to use. You can actually breathe new life into an old blade.
I mean, look how old this blade is. Instead of mushing the food, it will chop. And you would never be able to do this with a traditional knife sharpener because I can hold the blade safely. This stays secure so it doesn't move. How about a big, heavy meat cleaver? Dave, it doesn't matter what the knife is. Tungsten carbide is stronger than the steel, so it's literally shaving the metal, re-edging the knife. So if it's a 10-year...
I can see the shavings.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter how old or dull the knife is, you can make it like brand new. So that's why that knife I had in the beginning that was 30 years old, look at the edge. This is a great, if they can get a close-up shot. Look at how it looks like a little razor blade. That is brand new, sharp as the day it was brand new. I love it. I said brand new twice there.
We are very, very busy. 1,400 of these are gone, and we have 700 people waiting to place orders here, Chef. And so let's talk to everybody about colors. Tomorrow's President's Day.
Ooh.
We have red, white, and blue. If you want blue, I have 70 left. Blue. All right. Oh, thank you for that. Bum, 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 bum. And then, if you want white, 30 left. And we have red, we have teal, we have gray, we have black, and we have some really patriotic music.
I love it.
Fantastic. 1,500 of these are out the door. Tomorrow we celebrate and salute our American presidents.
Ooh,
all of them.
I'll give you a salute too, David. I don't want. You can't do it.
I think 46 presidents.
All right.
There it is.
Unbelievable.
We salute you. All right.